What is up, everybody? Today I am going to make a video regarding high school. I know a lot of my friends aren't really in high school anymore, you know? This is more for like my younger friends, or really just for fun to see how the times have changed. But as you know, where I live at least, it is time for back to school. Now, I'm starting my second year of college, so I'm quite a ways past high school now, but today I wanted to talk about my high school do's and don'ts. I don't know what you're expecting. I wasn't exactly the bravest person in high school. A lot of interesting things happened to me right in my first year. 9th grade, freshman year, whatever you want to call it. But the second day, we got locked out because some seniors thought it would be funny to destroy the science labs. And then my geography teacher unfortunately passed away, and he was my favorite teacher. And it wasn't just like natural causes or anything. No, he went missing, and there was like conspiracy theories about this. It was absolutely insane. Anyways, here are G-Pup's high school do's and don'ts. Do try to make friends on the first day. New friends. It's okay if you have your old friends around, obviously, but you want to make lifelong friends here at high school. Not everybody's going to like you. I know that from personal experience. I tried so hard to be everybody's friend and it just didn't work. So don't be offended when somebody doesn't want to be your friend. It's perfectly fine, really, because some of them might turn out to be assholes anyways. I had a lot of people like that in my school. Don't hide in a corner on your first day. I know it's scary, I know like it's a whole new chapter, a whole new experience, but if you don't get out there on your first day, who knows what the rest of high school is going to be like. Do try to make plans. Like, plan out a morning routine, plan out like lunches with friends, plan out how you're going to do your homework, if you get homework, because I didn't really get any homework in high school. I took all applied classes because I'm not really the smartest person, but I'm not exactly in like the locally developed classes. I was perfectly fine right there in the middle. And the only homework I ever had was math. I'm not kidding. Don't do your partner's homework for them. This is very personal experience. I had a girlfriend throughout most of my high school life, and I've mentioned this person before, but I did a lot of her homework for her, even some stuff I wasn't really sure about, and I could have been doing anything else. I could have been doing so many other things, really. Do join choir or the school play if you're interested in theater, because it is immensely fun. At least in my experience, I had the best time in choir for 2 years. I regret not joining it earlier, and in the musical in my last year. We did Footloose. It was the most fun thing ever. I actually ran the Instagram page for it. It was so fun. I had way too much fun. I wasn't even a lead. I was a non-speaking role and then in the ensemble. It was I made myself to be much more of a big deal than I actually was. But I also volunteered to take all the headshots and some promotional photos for the play, which was amazing. It was so fun. Even though some people never showed up to their headshot shoot, so I could only put the cast on the board, which I felt really bad about, but nobody came! But we actually had a really cool idea, since it was Footloose, to incorporate our shoes into our headshots. I'd show you mine, but it is downstairs, and it has my signature on it. I signed it for my mom! What? Don't talk back to teachers. Seriously. I don't care like how horrible they're being to you. Talking back is only gonna make it worse. Just I don't know, ignore it maybe? complain to the principal, complain to your parents, 9 times out of 10, talking back is just going to get you in so much more shit. I never used my locker in high school. I'm not going to tell you to do or don't do that. It really depends on your course load and like what you prefer to do. But I never used my locker. I so rarely used my locker that I forgot where my locker was. I only had a lock on it so nobody else could take it. And so it wasn't bolted in case I did need to use it at some point. I used it in grade 9 to keep all my shitty art stuff in, and then I didn't use it again until like maybe halfway through grade 11. And then in grade 12 they introduced lockers switching after like in your second semester, which was really confusing. It was so confusing. Don't panic when you can't find your class, because if you just say you were late because you were looking for the room, 9 times out of 10 teachers will be very understanding. Also, don't listen to teachers when they say like certain things about college and university, because now that I'm actually in college, I can say that a lot of the teachers are very, very nice and will give you extensions if you ask for them. Not every project, obviously. Some of them do need to be in by like midterms or final, and if you ask for too many extensions. And of course, don't forget to eat your breakfast and your lunch. I know it sounds cliche and stupid and like you have to get up early and everything, but at least try to get something in your body. Trust me, you'll thank me later. It's super unhealthy to skip breakfast, and it's mildly unhealthy to skip lunch. At least that's the way I see things, because for the first while of high school, I either wouldn't bring a lunch or I would skip breakfast, or some days both, and I'd be starving when I'd get home and I'd just consume everything in the house, which really isn't good for you, and it isn't good for whoever's buying your food. Do keep emergency money should you have to buy lunch or buy water or something, because you never know what could happen. Don't be afraid to use the bathroom. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Now, my school had this stupid 20-20 rule where you couldn't leave the first 20 minutes of class or the last 20 minutes of class, and my classes ran 75 minutes. So if you take away those 40 minutes, you have a 35-minute window for like kids to go pee, which I think is the dumbest shit ever. Like, if it's an emergency, just let us pee, for the love of God. Like, I hated this rule, and like, it didn't even affect me personally because I'm fine holding it, whatever. But I've seen so many kids have like nervous breakdowns of needing to go to the bathroom because of this stupid 20-20 rule. Now, some teachers tended to ignore it and said, "Okay, be quick, be sneaky, no problem." And what ended up happening was they'd get in trouble from other teachers or the principal if they got caught. It was just downright absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes you could get away with it if your classroom was close enough to the bathroom, but a lot of my classes were not. So I felt so bad for these kids, like, holy God. And especially if you're like out in a portable and the bathrooms are literally at the front of the school. It was the worst. Do take every volunteer opportunity that you can. Now, this might include like volunteering in the school, outside of the school, or if you have peer helping or like co-op, which my school did. Like, there was a bunch of different kinds of co-ops, but there was one called peer helping where you would basically get to be a student teacher for a class. Now, I did this in grade 11 and grade 12. Leading into this, don't let people push you around when you're a peer helper or student teacher or whatever you want to call it. Now, my grade 11 experience with it was worse, because I volunteered for a grade 9 applied English class. I shouldn't have done that. In grade 12 it was much easier because I was doing the grade 10's photography class, which I had more like experience in. I could relate to some of the kids going in there more, other than the ones who just wanted easy grades. But in that class, a lot of people would try to get me to do their work for them. Of course I said no, or tried to get the teacher to pass them on whatever thing. And I would tell them, no, you have to earn this, just like everybody else is earning it. In the grade 9 class that I was peer helping, there were these two grade 9 little fuck boys who thought they were like the coolest thing since, I don't know, Drake. I'm Canadian, be quiet. But this is the funniest thing by far that happened to me in high school, was they were bothering me about like getting a boyfriend. So I said, I have a girlfriend, and they're like, oh my god, you're gay? And I was like, no. And they're like, what, are you bi? And I'm like, no. And they just looked so very confused. I'm pan, by the way, and they didn't seem to know what that was, so it was just insanely funny. I tried not to just die laughing right there. And this happened when I was trying to walk them down to the resource center where bad kids get sent to do their homework. And they decided to go off in different directions, so I kept going in the one direction, and I guess they didn't realize I went that way because they were trying to come back up those stairs, and I was like, resource. I was the best worst teacher ever. So I guess this concludes G-Pup's high school survival guide, and I really hope you enjoyed, because honestly, high school, what an experience for me. I only miss some parts of it. I really only miss vocals class and like choir and footloose. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, those are the only things I miss. There's a lot of people who I do not miss at all, because like the people who I would miss if they were gone are like not gone. There's a lot of people I don't miss. There's a lot of teachers who I don't miss. I miss a few teachers, but I can go back and visit them because I still live in my hometown. I'm taking public transport to college, so I'm still living in the same place I always have, basically. All I can say about high school is that it goes by fast, so try to make the most of it. Because honestly, at the end of my grade 12 year, I was like, I was in grade 9 like yesterday. What the fuck? Also, I'm sorry if you can't see my last video. It apparently is copyrighted. There's really nothing else I can say about that, I'm sorry. Alright, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I don't know if you can get post notifications from me, but if you want to, that'd be pretty cool. Alright, have a lovely day, all you lovely people. Bye!